Where do you want to be?
Holding at that angle. Just 15.
Where do you want to be?
How long?
Just move.
Just tell me what you want to do. That's looking from behind at all the starting lines, the 4 starting lines. The first starting line up off Steel Point, Nielsen Park. Looks like Andu Comanche's up on the eastern side of the harbour. You can see the Andu on the sail there. There's Law Connect coming back to engage with Andu Comanche. And we've got just a minute 20 to go. Wild Oats on the eastern side as well. And Blackjack further to the west at the moment. So I don't think anyone's going to push down to the right on the western side pin mark at this stage. They're holding up towards the middle of the line, as I think Jimmy said that the eastern side looks a bit favoured.
1 minute to go.
Okay, here comes Law Connect. Tony Mutter will be at the helm for Christian Beck. Chris Nicholson is the tactician aboard Law Connect, but here we are on Andu Comanche.
Do you want me to keep going high or what?
Good job. So much riding on the start. Come up, guys.
And there they are, all lined up, the 4 maxis.
And at the top right of your screen and the bottom right, you can just see the starting markers there in position. That's where they're creeping up on that line at the moment with less than 30 seconds to go.
Tide going out, so they'll be pushing up to the line. Here they go, the foot will be down now. They'll be wound up with 15 seconds to go. Most lured will be Blackjack, then Andu Comanche powering in. They're at full biff now. Big Normie Hyatt will fire the starting gun aboard American Eagle 50 years ago for Ted Turner. Here we go.
Away and racing in the 2022 Rolex Sydney Hobart. The Great Race South is on.
I like Andu Comanche early and Law Connect.
A lot of gas here, sorry.
A lot of gas here. That's what Mark Richards means. They're behind a few boats. They're getting dirty air. There's Stefan Racing well positioned. And here's Guelo. A strong chance for handicap honours. Matt Donald's boat, the TP52.
Here you go, helms down.
But here's... now, here comes Wild Oats. She's got to tack out of there. She's getting a lot of dirty air. Here she goes. She'll have to take a lot of sterns here. She hasn't got right away. She's on port tack. She's got to dip behind a lot of boats here. The interesting battle will be between Andu Comanche, Blackjack and Law Connect.
And a great view there of the 4 start lines now. Those 4 waves underway and heading towards Sydney Heads before they make that big right turn out.
There's Wild Oats in centre of the screen on port tack, taking the sterns of a lot of boat. She's going to get quite right along to the eastern side of the harbour and come back on starboard. At the moment, she's a fair way behind the other maxis. Here's Zen, strong chance going across on starboard tack, another of the TP52s, Gordon Catelby's boat. Okay, here's the battle. The majority of the fleet on starboard.
These guys.
There's Alive, number 66, the former winner.
Still not going here, travel down a little bit.
Okay, here we're seeing a tangle up here of these maxis. His Law Connect's going to have rights here.
I can't. Where am I going to go?
Trouble on Comanche. Got nowhere to go.
I'm safe.
That's a lot of traffic.
Protest!
Oh, he's on
Okay, now, when I'm clear. Jib now.
Stalled completely.
Boy, this is close here. That was...
Protest!
Okay, we already heard a protest being yelled by Andu Comanche. They didn't get any room to tack.
Incredible drama already in this race. It is all happening and they're not on their heads.
Duck, Seb? Do you want to duck? I think you duck him, no? You're asking for a clusterfuck. We're going to be in a collision. Okay.
As soon as we're laying that thing, just wait a little bit.
Well, you can hear the drama in the voices of the crew, especially on Andu Comanche. She's coming back on port. She's going to have to tack again. They've got clobbered by going in there, those bigger boats. Andu Comanche especially, she had nowhere to tack. Whisper was mixed up in that bunch as well. David Griffith's 62-footer. Law Connect coming across on port. Now it'll be interesting to see if they fly a protest flag and if anyone absolves themselves outside the heads. Whoops. Careful, careful. Tensions are high, there's no doubt about that. There was a real mix-up between those boats on the western shore. And Andu Comanche's dropped right back now. And it'll be interesting to see where Wild Oats comes out of this. She cleared herself. She got off to the eastern side. She might have a clear run up on starboard tack. We'll see her in a minute. There she is. She could conceivably lead this race now.
Good work.
Good work. One of the wildest starts we've seen for a while.
Just really lock in here, guys.
72, there's the URM group. Very strong chance on handicap honours. 4 brothers aboard this boat. The Johnson brothers, Anthony, Andrew, Dick and Nick.
Here, right?
Marcus Ashley Jones, the skipper, young skipper from Hobart on his 18th Hobart. A big chance in this race. To leeward of her is Blackjack. And I think Wild Oats is going to lead this race to the heads.
Shove it down, guys.
Andu really got chicken winged up there. It'll be interesting, Mark, to see if they do go ahead with the protest. She's behind Law Connect at the moment.
Yep,
And that would have rattled the crew. It was very close.
Shove her up.
And as we said before, you can lose the race in the harbour, but you can't win it.
Nice here.
Nice here. You can hear the voice of Mark Richards.
Even got time for a laugh.
I think we're okay, yeah? Okay, you call when my helm, sir. Yeah, got it, my helm.
That means he's got, John Winnings Jr.'s got the wheel. My helm is changed from side to side. There's Stefan racing ahead of them.
I feel like I'm on the win.
Little boat tacking under Blackjack. I think it could be Whisper.
Big header.
She's done very well. Big header. That means as the breeze is heading, it's going left as we look at it. Here comes Law Connect. She's bouncing off the spectators in the exclusion zone. She's coming across on port tack with no rights here. She's got to try and take a stern or 3 here. Well, she may claim water that she can't tack back, so she may claim water on Blackjack. This is close too. She's going to take a stern. She's across Whisper. Oh, this is close.
Okay.
Wow. That's about as close as you want to take a couple of maxis.
So what we're seeing here is Wild Oats, Hamilton Island Oats, Wild Oats trying to hold Blackjack down there.
I agree. Stand one attack. Calling now.
Okay, they've got to tack. Wild Oats will tack. Law Connect's astern of her.
Here we go. Helms down. Tacking over.
Okay, so they're going to tack in unison. Blackjack and Wild Oats, they will probably lead. And Wild Oats in a very strong controlling position here. He does a good tack. He can throw dirty air up onto Blackjack. But these 2 narrower boats have done very well. Law Connect is starting to get rumbling now. These big wide boats. The breeze northeast about 15 knots.
Mark Richards probably as calm as he's ever been.
Jib on.
Not now. Jib on. He wants some jib on. But when Law Connect tacks, he'll be on starboard. He'll have right away. But I don't think he'll be able to engage Hamilton Island Wild Oats or Blackjack. But at the moment, the race leader is Blackjack.
Mark Richards' grandson told him this morning, no swearing, Poppy. We'll see how he goes.
That may be a bridge too far. But there's Camp Cove, top of screen.
Travel up, keep it going.
Inner South Head, Hornby Light. They'll go stand in on port here, and one more tack, and they'll go up to the turning mark. They go to the furthest turning
Hold my
mark.
speed, Bill.
Big header.
He's telling me to hold. You got Nettie?
There's Law Connect. She's the most eastern of the
And
boats. She
Nettie's
will
got
be
the
tacked
cross.
first.
Now we're going to Law Connect.
Someone take the helm.
Get me going here.
So we'll see Law Connect tack very soon onto starboard. Wild Oats sailing high to try and keep Blackjack out. Blackjack's got to stay high to stay out of the dirty wind of Wild Oats. There's Mark Richards. He'd like what he's seeing here. They've got a very strong controlling position on Blackjack. Law Connect to come back.
Get us going here. We've got to get going.
Murray Jones has done a terrific job. Here comes Law Connect. It's going to be close.
Can't see, let me down there. So on it, yeah.
Tony Mutter and Chris Nicholson.
Stand by, guys.
Chris Nicholson, dual Australian Olympian, Australian Yachtsman of the
Stand by
Year.
attack, we're in good shape
Okay,
here.
good shape, says Mark Richards. They're clear ahead. They're clear ahead of Law
Here we
Connect.
go, guys. Helms down, tacking over. Here we go.
They're just going to get very light as they approach these turning marks. They get the influence of North Head. So it's going to be quite tricky now till they get to the inner turning mark.
Big traveller down. He's main, he's main, he's main. He's the main.
Paul Westlake on the main, one of Australia's great yachtsmen. So they've got a very strong crew on Hamilton Isle and Wild Oats. She's giving Law Connect a bit of dirty air there. So they're the 4 maxis. They'll probably 1, 2, 3 and 4. The order at the moment, possibly Hamilton Isle and Wild Oats to lead Blackjack and Law Connect. We might hear Mark Richards get a bit nervous now, I think, as we see Andrew Comanche tacking.
Okay, my helm, my helm. Speed on, speed on.
See Blackjack top of screen just in better breeze than Wild Oats was, but here's Law Connect.
Tib on.
They're getting good pressure. See Blackjack leaning over a little bit more than Hamilton Isle and Wild Oats, means she's got more wind pressure, so it'll be better when she tacks. Now here's a close go. Andrew has no rights here. She's on port tack. Wind coming from the left-hand side. She'll have to duck. But when she comes back, she'll be on starboard. There's the duck. Judgment very, very precise here.
Okay, I've got it, I've got it. Nettie's got it, I've got it.
He's got it. Means he can see the other boat. He knows how close he can go, Herman Winnie.
That is close.
Still got a fair way to go to the turning mark.
Okay, they're fucking themselves, Seth.
Oh, here's a close go. Blackjack is absolutely threading the needle between Law Connect and Hamilton Isle and Wild Oats. Wow, Mark Bradford. Wow, terrific job. Wow, that was nervous stuff. So the all 4 are in the mix.
Cover down, please.
Are right in the mix.
Can you let the lured runner go? I've got it. I've got it.
The lay line they're calling, that's when they can tack and lay the mark.
I'm okay, okay.
Okay, Law Connect is going to tack.
Guys. Stand by.
And Mark Richards will tack right on their gas. There's the turning mark. The first turning mark for these maxis. What a race they've had down the harbour. And if it's anything to go by, it could be all the way to the Derwent River. Turning mark, Victor. Chris Link, there's Chris Links, one of the helmsmen aboard Wild Oats. That's not their turning mark. That's the turning mark for the back fleets.
Big E's, big E's.
You'll see a yellow turning mark pop up shortly, right of screen.
Get us on, sheet on, sheet on.
Do you want to
There it
take
is.
a view for the spectator fleet? Yeah, bottom right of your screen now is the turning mark.
What a beautiful day, this east-northeasterly breeze. 12 to 15 knots. Okay, here comes Andrew Comanche and Blackjack on starboard. And that's the turning mark, the yellow turning mark. And here's the cross. Hamilton Island Wild Oats will lead. Oh, it's tight. It's tight. Blackjack's put the bow up.
Yeah.
She's got starboard tack rights. Oh, where's Law Connect going to go? Law Connect's got to... Oh, she's got to roll the dice here. So she's going to have to tack.
Watch out, let me look, let me look.
So Hamilton Island, Hamilton Island Wild Oats is going to do this.
Stand by to attack.
Okay, stand by to tack's the call from
Stand
Mark
by,
Richards.
helm
He'll
down.
tack on starboard.
we
2
go.
short tacks.
Take it
1 and then 2.
Watch out.
So they've all extracted themselves very well, these maxis, to get up to the first 4 places. Wild Oats, a short little tack, 2 boat lengths,
Stand by to attack.
11 minutes, just on 12
right.
minutes to the turning mark. You're right.
There you go.
Great job, Wild Oats.
This is nail-biting. Let's go down to Jimmy Spittle. What can you see down there?
Yeah, well, it's been a real action-packed time after that start, and we've seen all of these super maxis toing and froing, going back and forwards. Strangely enough, a lot of them were back off the start line except for Blackjack, but that actually allowed Wild Oats to get over to that eastern side and pick up a pretty favourable shift. We're just seeing him turn the distance mark right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Great job by Wild Oats and Mark Richards, but man, that was some of the closest crossing I think I've ever seen in the race so far.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Well,
Yeah, we're doing the turn.
I think
Got to do turn. I think we hit.
Yeah, they did hit. They did hit the mark.
Where can I do it?
So Andrew
I'm not having
Comanche.
a protest. You ready?
Okay, there's plenty of drama here. Let's look at this again. Andrew Comanche,
Just look at
as
it
the starboard tack
You
rights.
on the other helm. You on the other helm.
Okay,
You
let's
ready
see.
to turn? Ready to turn?
Yeah, the turning mark's gone down their side though.
Protesting!
Oh, it's all happening. It is all happening. Okay, there's Murray Jones. They're clear. Wild Oats is on her way. Andrew Comanche doing the penalty turns inside the harbour.
Nice and easy.
That's good. They can go to Hobart, as I said, with a clear conscience. Boy, that was close, as Jimmy said. These 4 maxis, that's throwing the boats around like skiffs.
So that's 2 spins they need to do, and they'll clear their penalty, and they go on in the race.
Okay, Stefan Racing's done a good job. She'll be 4th now with Andrew Comanche doing those turns. Tony Mutter and Chris Nicholson have done a good job on Law Connect, but there's Stefan Racing, then URM, and then Whisper. Whisper got a terrific start, but she got herself tangled up with those maxis, or they tangled up with her. But they're streaking out now to the next turning mark, which is turning mark Zulu. That's North Head in the background. What a sight.
75 board, let's go.
As I said earlier, one of the great sights in Australian sport, no doubt about it, on a cracking Sydney Harbour day. They're reaching now, these boats. Sails are ease the jib a little, Mark Richards says. And they're away.
Some great pace.
And this is where Law Connect will come into her own. Big stability, big wide boats. That's the view of Wild Oats.
No.
They're on board with Law Connect now.
We haven't infringed.
Well, it's a possibility we have.
Okay.
No way, mate. No way. Ease, mate. Ease the jib. Ease the jib. Ease the jib, Ella. Ease the main.
He's a jib battler. That's Robbie Naismith he's yelling to, the New Zealand top yachtsman on his 26th trip to Hobart. But what Mark Richards was saying to Murray Jones, have we infringed? Murray thought they might have. Mark said no. Will they do penalty turns? Who knows? It's a long way to go with that hanging over your head if you think you might have infringed. But here comes Law Connect. Ease the jib. Volumes are up now from Mark Richards.
Ease the jib, guys. Come on. Ease the main.
There's Stan Honey on left for the
Ease the
white
main,
hat. Okay, Law Connect is starting to rumble here. She'll be very close to Hamilton Island Wild Oats' next turning mark. Andrew Comanche is now starting to roll. She's done her turns. And you can see already Law Connect has a second jib set up. That's their storm jib. They're a double head rig. They want all the horsepower they can get. And here she comes, this wide body boat with a lot of stability.
I can't believe that, mate.
Yeah, but if they were asking us to tack,
Were they?
and we didn't,
Were they asking us? Do you know that? No.
well, I didn't see.
Whoa.
Okay, protest
Where's the
flag
mark,
on
sir?
Andrew Comanche. You can see that
Justin?
red protest flag.
Copy.
Herman winning, asking for the turning mark directions. Boy, that was tense. So they've given these leaders a bit of a jump. So who we've got turning mark here is Patrice. Yeah, one of the TP52s. Tony Kirby's charge, the former hooligan. And then 32 comes along next, and we have her is Zen. That's another TP52. All the TP52s will be in this mix now. 52
Quest.
is Quest, 2-time winner of this race. She won once as Balance and once as Quest. Has a terrific record in this race. She's been 3rd once, 2nd once, 2 wins. Michael Green, the sailing master. And here's Law Connect. She will lead at the second turning mark. She has really driven hard in this breeze now, which is freshening outside the heads. You can see the white caps. Law Connect, there's the turning mark. Turning mark, Zulu. Now, will Hamilton Island Wild Oats do some penalty turns? That's the question.
We don't know, but I mean, they tagged us.
Yeah, I disagree with mate. Let's ease. Ease, let's go.
I think Murray Jones, the tactician, is saying maybe we did infringe and perhaps we should do the penalty turns. Mark Richards is saying, no, I don't think we did. Well, boy, I think I'd be doing the penalty turns. But anyway, here we go. And Blackjack third, and then Stefan Racing fourth at the moment.
Oh, what a race start it has been. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching. Back with more from the Rolex Sydney Hobart right after this.
Let's deploy. To know.
I am worried about it.
I'm actually not, to be honest with you.
We want weight off, just slide back.
What are we going to do here?
I'm going to give them the hold up there until we get it forward. It's still got the red flag on. I think we should.
I don't think it was us, mate.
Eh?
I don't think it was us. That's the problem.
But who else could it be? Because they were on port.
No, mate, they're on port. We're all on port.
Yeah,
they should have ducked them. They should have ducked them, mate.
No, the other guys could have still. They don't have to duck them. They can choose to call us an attack. I honestly think we're in trouble.
Okay, let's furl. We're going to do a 720. Mate, seriously.
Yeah, no, but
Seriously. Get the jib up. Why did we pull the jib down, guys?
This is some drama.
Sorry, I couldn't say it. Let's furl.
It's like Wild Oats has to do a penalty as well.
Deploy the jib.
We're rooting for Comanche, and they had a little bit of a rough mark rounding there. You probably saw they had to do a 360 as well, but they are really quick downwind, so they're probably going to
Jesus Christ, guys.
have a good chance of winning this race.
Let's deploy.
Love listening to this guy yell at his crew.
Mate, shut up, mate. Shut up. I don't give a fuck, mate.
Great freaking race, though. A lot of drama. I'm going to eat dinner, and then we're going to come back and start our virtual regatta here on Sailaway Simulator. So I'll be back in 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Woody! Red furling line. I'm just keeping it BMG. You tell me when you want to go.
Just over 20 minutes into the 2022 Rolex Sydney Hobart, and boy, have we had some drama.
They should have ducked them,
no,
mate.
the other guys can
Take a listen to
They
this.
don't have to duck them. They can choose to call us an attack. I honestly think we're in trouble.
Okay, let's furl. We're going to do a 720. Mate, seriously.
Yeah, no, but
Seriously. Get the jib up. Why did we pull the jib down, guys? Oh, good. Sorry, I couldn't say it. Let's furl. Deploy the jib. Come on, guys. Deploy the jib. Shut up. Just deploy the fucking jib, mate.
Well, that gives you an idea of the emotion and the passion and the excitement on board Hamilton Island Wild Oats, Pete.
Well, drama aplenty. What has
It might have
happened
been
there is
like when Lewis
they
was there, and I don't
thought
know.
they may have infringed in the harbour. Murray Jones, the cool-headed tactician from New Zealand, has said to Mark Richards, maybe we did, and we should do our penalty turns. So they're doing the penalty turns. Mark Richards wasn't in agreement. He said, no, I think we're okay, but they're not taking any risks. And this is the smart thing to do, to take your penalty turns now, and then away you go. So we've seen Andrew Comanche do penalty turns, but now we're seeing Hamilton Island Wild Oats doing 2 penalty turns.
Deploy.
So now they'll be on their way. Deploy means they'll undo their reaching sail. They've jibed now, bang, and they'll undo their, unfurl their reaching sail now. So they're on their way with a clear head now. But you can see Law Connect now has been handed back the lead.
Let's deploy, guys.
Or further lead. She was a leader at the last turning mark, and she's marching away. Hamilton Island Wild Oats now getting their reaching sail unfurled after doing the penalty turn, or 2 penalty turns.
Get the main on, please.
And I think Murray Jones was very cool there.
Oh, good. I'm with you. Let's go, guys.
It's good. Mark Richards wasn't sure whether it was the right thing to do or not, but he agrees now they've done the right thing and they'll push on in the race.
So the order is Law Connect, Blackjack, Andu Comanche, Stefan Racing, Andu's back in 5th place. They've still got that protest flag flying.
Only if it's a problem.
Okay, now they're starting to wind up. There'll be 18, 20 knots shortly, if not now. You see the power of these boats. She'll be putting some water ballast in. She can carry 6 tonne of water ballast to give her more stability.
I've just got to keep myself going with these waves. Low, got you.
It's an incredible sight, isn't it? The spectator fleet is enormous this year, and of course that just makes good, giant right? chop out outside the heads, which particularly the smaller boats will have to deal with as well.
Toy Box 2 from the Middle Harbour Yacht Club. Unfortunately didn't make the start last year, broke its mast just before the Hobart Race started.
Just behind them is Mayfair.
Mayfair, Rogers designed 46-footer. And coming up,
Quantock just going through top of screen.
Yeah. There's Toy Box, Ian Box's 46-footer. These boats are just tacking now to go round the turning mark, their assigned turning mark in the harbour. It's a lovely day, breeze, beautiful nor'easter, and the forecast is a very interesting forecast. We talk about that now, the long range forecast is. They'll have lovely conditions down the coast today, 20 knots, building slowly, and as they get to Bass Strait tomorrow, it's going to get up to about 25 to 30 knots. Approaching Tasmania for the leaders, they could get up to 30 to 35 knots from the north or northwest.
And shippers, for the first time this year, the two-handeds are in contention for the overall trophy, the Tattersalls Cup.
That's right, and here's Sunrise. Here's a very interesting boat. She's from Great Britain. She won last year's Fastnet race. She was second in the Middle Sea race, won a division in the Caribbean 600. She's highly fancied. I think she'll be just a little bit too small to get overall honours, but Adrian Cahalan aboard, one of our most celebrated female skippers, as we watch the bow of Comanche go down and point towards Hobart.
All right, let's go down to the water with Jimmy Spittle.
Yeah, hey guys, we're just over here off North Head, and I can tell you, as soon as you get out here, there's a big increase of breeze. We're up to 18 to 20 knots now. All of the big boats have gone. I mean, they're in the horizon. We just had the first of the two-handers sail past us and heading to that distance mark now. But man, what a lot of action we saw. Really surprising to see how hard those bigger boats were pushing it. 2 out of the 4 Super Maxis choosing to do penalties. I think that was a wise decision by Hamilton Wild Oats, because I thought they were at risk.
Jimmy, did you actually see that incident and what happened?
Yeah, we did. I mean, it was very, very close. We're right on the distance mark there, and I think Murray Jones really showed his experience. I mean, he's one of the best in the world, up to 6 America's Cup victories. Very, very good sailor, and I think he was the calming influence on the boat there and said, hey guys, it's a long race. Let's do our turns and then let's get on with it. So I think that was a very wise decision, and as was with Andu Comanche. That clearly they were in trouble a couple of times, but now they're free of all the carnage. They'll pin their ears back and send it down to Hobart.
Send it. We love it. Thanks, Jimmy.
So things have quietened down a bit on Wild Oats. They're done their penalty turns. They've got their reaching sails up. And they'll probably be going for inner reaching sails as now Andu Comanche starts to really wind up.
I'm at 18 degrees of heel, so I can't go any lower.
It's a great time now as things start to settle down. Of course, we've still got the majority of the fleet to turn out of Sydney Heads and make their way south. We've got plenty more action coming your way. Stay right there. We're back in a sec.
sometimes the waves just are doing that to me. Oh, copy. See, it's just a lot of the waves.
Hey, okay, Kyle, I want someone to go down and check everything downstairs. Make sure not sinking or something weird's happening. Come on. I need power here, guys. I need power. I need power, but big time. What are we trying to do here, guys?
Hey, let's see. We're just going to go red ball a little.
Are we BMGing now? What are we doing here, Murray? Are we BMGing now? What are we doing? I need best trim, please.
What do you want me? But do I ditch keel or what do you want? It comes and goes.
We should start BMGing, guys. Oh, shit.
Okay, cool.
Beautiful day on Sydney Harbour. You're looking at Bondi Beach there as the fleet makes its way south after what has been one of the most spectacular, controversial, colourful, exciting starts we have seen for a long time in Sydney Harbour. There's your leader, Law Connect, leading them at the moment. This incredible fleet of follow vessels joining in and following along as they head down the coast. There is Blackjack and Hamilton Island Wild Oats, and then we'll come across on your screen and see Andu Comanche just coming up.
Justin, shape
there.
up.
What an incredible start, Peter Shipway.
Have you changed the table? Nathan D.
Certainly was.
Peter, get rid of that guy. Just get rid of that guy.
They're worried about the spectator boat still
just living in his way,
causing wash and wake and upsetting the balance of the boat. Couldn't be in a worse position.
Get little ones down.
But they're going for a triple head rig on Andu Comanche. You see that orange sail? That's the storm jib. That's the smallest jib. They've got two sails set in front of that. Most boats will be going for double or triple head rigs. But now it becomes a race. Whether the stability comes into play, the big wide boats, which will suit them, or whether it's what's called a VMG run, with they can try to get as deep as they can. There's a couple of little boats coming around the mark now. That's Sequant, number 50, Kim Jacobs' charge.
And Bowline just coming through.
Bowline. And number 10 is Jocasta. 104 was the Bowline. 33. That's Schutzbar. What a story this boat is.
That's a stalwart of Sydney Hobart, shippers.
The owner, Bruce Taylor, has been second. He's been third. He's had 22 divisional placings for 6 divisional wins, but he hasn't been able to crack it. Could this be the year? Just maybe, but I think he'll be too small. Secret Men's Business, 83. And there's Bacardi tacking in the background. 28 Sydney Hobart. This is a 29th trip. No boat has done more. She was second to Love and War in 2006. Here she comes. There's Bacardi. Doug Peterson design. Solid, robust boat from Victoria. Still some of the smaller boats working down the harbour. It's just amazing how far the big boats have stretched out. They're down off Bondi or even south of Bondi.
And it just reminds you, Pete, about the overall battle. We talk about line honours, but the overall battle is such... It is the one to win.
Yes, as we watch Sintara dipping the stern there of...
I think I can do it on field.
Midi. She's a two-hander. Don't forget there's 22 handers out here as they're trying to get these sails on Andrew Comanche. They lift everything by halyards. They're just too hard and heavy to lift by manpower. But yes, the battle is really for the handicap honours, the Tattersall Cup, and that's the real prize. And I think the weather, the way it is, looks as though the 60 or 50 footers, TP 52 footers, could figure highly in that race. I would think Caro and would probably highly favoured, along with Warrior One and Gualo and Celestial, maybe URM and Whisper.
Well, Law Connect is our leader at the moment. Let's go down and check in with Jimmy Spittle. Jimmy, most of the fleet sort of heading out the heads now.
Yeah, most of the fleet have now cleared their heads. It looks like, 3 boats left just making their way to the first distance mark. Looks like Maluka and the Army boat, the Gunrunner, which has a lot of our servicemen on there. Interesting point, they actually have a trophy between themselves and the Navy on who gets down there first. Now, the last 2 years, it's been won by the Navy, so I'm sure the Army lads on Gunrunner will be trying to prevent that hat-trick from happening.
Yeah, come on, Army. Hey, Maluka's fantastic, isn't it? What a great story. 90th birthday too, Jimmy.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's really well sailed too. I've actually done a bit of sailing with both Sean and his son. Very, very, experienced guys on the water. Obviously, his son drew the short straw. His dad took the bigger, faster boat. But, man, what an amazing little boat. And no doubt they're actually in the running for the overall for the Tattersall. So it'll be interesting to see how they get through, especially when they get to the southerly.
You can see the gaff rig there on Maluka, and then down to leeward of her is Karawong. Second smallest boat in the race, only girls crew, the two girls, two-handed crew on that boat. And there's Andrew Comanche. She's starting to wind up now. She's going a little bit to seaward of the fleet, which is a better speed for her. She'll put the bow up a little bit. You'll see the narrower boats have got bow down, but she's on triple head rig, and that's the sight from North Head. As we look back, every boat that's now around the turning marks are getting spinnakers up and reaching sails up, and Law Connect holds a narrow lead.
So the Great Race South is well underway. We've got more coming up for you after this break. 77th Rolex Sydney Hobart is underway, and what a wild start we saw in Sydney Harbour, but things are settling now as they pick up great pace, and you're watching one of those most spectacular scenes you will see down the east coast of Australia. On the right-hand edge of your screen is Law Connect, our leader. There is Gunrunner, the army boat, just heading out of Sydney Heads at the moment. A great effort. It's a small boat, that one, and full of servicemen and women. And they do it every year. They ballot and get from their Army Sailing Club, their crew from around Australia, and you earn a spot on that boat and you get to race in the Sydney Hobart. And as Jimmy described earlier, great battle between Army and Navy in this race. It's a great tradition.
Yes, the third smallest boat in the fleet, and it'll take a long time to get to Hobart, but good on them. Terrific effort by these crews, the service crews, to get the job done and give people training on the ocean. As we're watching now, Wild Oats in the foreground, and then above her, Andu Comanche working her way seaward a little. She needs to do that to keep maximum speed. What's called heating up. They've got to heat up a bit into the breeze to get better angle of attack of the wind, whereas Wild Oats, being narrower, can sail a bit lower. It's called VMG running, velocity made good running. So at the moment, this would certainly help Wild Oats and Blackjack, but as the day goes on, the breeze will get fresher and certainly will be an interesting battle for handicap honours as the fleet approach Tasmania. The bigger boats will certainly get in, and the 60-footers and 50-footers will get in before the southwesterly change hits the bulk of the fleet, and that's due on Wednesday afternoon. So some of these little boats will cop it right on the nose for about 24 hours before the wind goes back into the northeast. So it'll give the big front runners a very quick trip to Hobart. Will they break the record? It's going to be very close, I think. They've got to be there by 10:15 tomorrow night. And the weather modelling says at the moment that Andu Comanche is due at 11 o'clock.
Oh.
So it's going to be very tight. And here we go.
Well, this is Mel McPherson, our Channel 7 camera woman. And when you put a camera person on a boat, you've actually got to get them back off. And this is how we retrieve Mel every year. She takes on this job. She loves it. It's one of the highlights of her year. So we watch her from above in the chopper to keep her safe. And the pickup boat will bring her in as well. So we do everything to keep her safe and get her back on board. There she is, safely home.
Well done, and very strict safety protocols around this, as is the race itself.
Give us a wave, Mel.
Mel's got to be tracked by this boat, gets on board safely, and all's good there, but the whole race itself is all about safety, and absolute paramount that the club put on top of that race. And there's Tim, another cameraman from Wild Oats in the red shirt. He's safe and sound as well. So well done as we focus now on Christian Beck's Law Connect. Can she repeat the success of 2016 when she was perpetual loyal and win this race for Line Honours? It was a great sight. Tony Mutter at the helm, New Zealand yachtsman 6 times around the world. Twice he's won the race, and Chris Nicholson, the tactician. They've done a sterling job. But starting to rumble out to windward is Andu Comanche.
Alright, we saw a great start for this year's Sydney the Hobart Race. That was intense. All the 100-foot Super Maxi boats, they're so close. I'm still rooting for Comanche because they are the wider boat. They are the faster boat downwind, and this is going to be... let's see if I can bring this up here. Actually, get out of there. The weather forecasts are calling for pretty much the entire race down to Hobart, downwind conditions, 10 to 20 knots all the way. It's going to be just great downwind conditions, and we're hoping so in the actual virtual race as well, because I'm going to have an Imoca 60 class sailing yacht, and those things, as we know, rip ass downwind. So
that's pretty much all.
Gonna go ahead and pause the or get rid of the volume on that and start the simulator, because we got 14 minutes until the start of our race. Looks like it's gonna be a good turnout. We had like 50 boats or something yesterday signed up, and we had like 75, 80 boats last year. So got my new Sydney the Hobart Race cap thanks to my wife. Merry Christmas. Where is she? Hiding. Alright, so here we are in the virtual regatta. Our map here, you're gonna have to zoom in here and see a shit ton of boats. I think we're gonna have a good turnout again this year. We always do. Still getting used to these controls. I only play this game once a year, and it's basically for this race. Here's my boat, a little yellow banana boat. It's not a banana. It's actually called Pineapple Express. Irony. Say it's after the marijuana strain. You can say it's after the movie. Whatever you want to say. Pineapple Express is my boat for this year. Last year it was Revolution, kind of a patriotic boat. But this year we decided to kind of change the design and color scheme of it all and go with Pineapple Express. You see this cool little pineapple wearing sunglasses on the bow there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, again, watching the live start of the real race just a few minutes, 40 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago. This game lags a little bit when you're trying to zoom in on the map. We do have a good turnout here. Come on. Same wind conditions too as the real race had. Northeast wind. It's going to shift more north. To get out of Sydney Bay here, we got a lot of fucking boats. This is gonna be great. Alright, I gotta try to resize this thing so I have my chat window too. This thing doesn't really want to work, does it? Let me move. I got all my flight simulator stuff up here. We have race. Glad we have a great turnout. Good luck and have fun. Alright, and we are sailing way the hell in the wrong direction here, so we need to turn around, head back towards the start line. It'll be a little laggy. This game's not really optimized. It's kind of a project, experimental project. Look at all those boats. Oh, I forgot we can see them live. This is going to be great. So we got just over 10 minutes before the start, 10 minutes, 45 seconds. We are in irons here. Let's fall off a little bit. We're going to have to tack our way up there. I host this race every year. Kind of my Christmas tradition, because here in the United States, obviously, this race takes place on Christmas Day. Yeah, we've been competitive in the past. We won this race in 2018. We had a second place or third place till next year, and then we had last year I had COVID, so I had a really good start last year. I was leading the race probably halfway down to Hobart, and then I caught COVID very bad the day after Christmas, and I couldn't get out of bed, and therefore I was letting the autopilot control the boat, and I wasn't able to make adjustments for weather shifts and stuff like that, and we ended up kind of losing about 8 to 10 positions. And I think we finished around we did finish in 12th on that race, so that was trying to rescue something that was screwed from the start, basically. But we got to hurry up and get ourselves up to the start line here. We got 9 minutes. That's plenty of time, actually. We'll get up there. Checking on the real race one more time. Yeah, they're just all going downwind now, going down the shoreline. I think it's the same approach that we're going to take with the, you know, with the way the weather forecast is. Let's see, we are starting right between these two little land masses here, and you know, we're going to have to tack our way up around the mark, around here, and then I think I'm just going to try to head. We'll head slightly offshore to begin with, and then we're going to have to probably, let's see, when does that wind shift? That will allow us to head due south when that wind does finally clock around a little bit more. I think Law Connect still has the lead in the real race. I'm not sure. Is there a leadership or leaderboard? Oh. The fastest boats are going to finish late tomorrow night. They're going to fly. They're going to haul ass down there, and then I mean, they're basically. If I zoom out here, this is a lot of area to cover, but they're sailing out of here and they're going dead down here to Hobart in Tasmania, and that finish line is up in the river here, so they got to come up here. There's never any wind here. It's always a very slow finish. I feel like every year they're just drifting to this the finish line. Is what it is, but they're projecting that they're going to finish sometime tomorrow. Now let's throw in another tack here and try to get over the start line. Ooh. Get over by this mass of boats. We got really good participation this year. There's a lot of guys that showed up. And 7 minutes till the start, so we are early. We're going to have to do a lot of back and forth. With the way the wind is, I'm favoring a boat end start on starboard. Just use, if you look at the map here where my cursor is, this is the starting line. We're going to try to thread the needle and just try to get ourselves in there so that we can get in the deeper water. Carry this right up to this little peninsula hub here. And then tack, we're going to have to make probably 4 tacks or so, 3 or 4 tacks to get there. Let's see, I mean, we got 1, 2, 3 hopefully around the windward mark. Actually, it might be more than that because that windward mark is pretty far out there. I'm thinking 1. Might be a 4 tacker. We'll have to find out. Thinking too far ahead. Right now, we just need to nail the start. 6 minutes to start. Let's luff her up into the wind here real quick. Kind of stall her. Hang out in this crowd here. So see, we're stalling the sails. We're heading right into the wind right now. We're losing speed. All the power is spilled out of the boat. Kind of going to hang out right here for a minute. There's our starting line, which obviously you can't see in real life from sailboat racing. Until our laser technology develops. Alright, let's fall back off. We got 5 minutes, 30 seconds. All kinds of different boats this year. We got the bigger boats like me, the faster boats, we got some smaller boats. 32-footers. Again, my boat, Pineapple Express, is in a Mocha 60 class, so we got foils, we got all the high-tech shit. 5 minutes in, take a look outside the boat again real quick. Before things get super serious. Pineapple Express. Alright, good turnout this year, a lot of boats. that guy, I wouldn't think. Somebody else coming up over on our right side. There's the landers. It's fast. It's going to be a little laggy. This game, like I said, is not optimized, and there's a lot of players up right now. We got 4 minutes. We're just going to kind of dance back and forth on the starting line here. Actually head up here to Starfish. Find ourselves right into the wind here. 4-minute job. There's a blue and white flag with a white square in the center. Blue is over on my other side here. Try to avoid traffic here. Starfish, same boat as me, looks very similar. Starting line, we still got a lot of time left, 3:30. Fall off the dancing line a little bit here. Like I said, we want to come back. I think we're going to be on the boat at the start. Let's just try to avoid some traffic here. This guy's at, come back down, back down. Ah, now we're like fucking over ourselves. Alright, let's tack around here. 3 minutes, leave us a little bit more time to maneuver. Way too close to the start line right now. Of course I hit this guy, but those guys are over the line already. This game doesn't really have like realistic contact, physical damage, penalties, anything like that. So, not yet, anything. So it is what it is. A little bit laggy right now, for sure. Alright, that's our starting line. That's the pin end right there. That's what the end would want, or what would be the committee boat end. Dance back around again. Let's go back over on starboard tack. We got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to the start. Keep her in irons here for a second. Irons means just stalling the shit out of my speed. Just bring her right into the wind with those sails just blocking no power. Fall back. Oh, for fuck's sake. This game is so glitchy right now. Let's fall back off here. Not the best game in the world, but the only game in the world that you can actually sail around the world. We take it for what it is. Alright, where's the starting line? I think we're above it. Let's fall back down. We got minute 35. There's the starting line. So we were above it. I might try to do a 360 here. We got so much time left. What's it look like behind me for traffic? Clear. Go for it. Jibing? Start here, everybody's crowding that other end. Oh, we got room, let's go for it. 1 minute. We got all the room in the world right now to come up off port tack and then just stack over on the starboard here. Coming down, let's tack. We're going to run into traffic here. We got tack right now. 45 seconds. Keep her stalled, keep her right in the air. Basically want to sail backwards if we can right now. I don't think we can. We got too much momentum. We're going to pull off. Over the start line right now. Alright, there we go. We got clear traffic here too. A little light blue boat in front of us. That's about it. We got 15 seconds. Let's start going for it here real quick. 10 seconds. Go. 5 seconds. We don't want to be early. Come back down, you motherfucker. This thing won't steer right now. 0 seconds. There's the start. Coming up. Alright, pretty good start. I have no idea where we are right now as far as how we did on the rest of the fleet. Very laggy at the moment too. So we gotta fall off. Take a look outside the boat here, actually, and see how. Try to see how we did. There is a really good turnout. A few boats to leeward of us. Most of the boats are windward of us, so they're kind of crowded around there. Anybody's race right now. Can't really tell who got the better of that. I tried to cut her too close. That was a bit hairy for me. Alrighty. Good luck, everybody. This is going to be a long race. About 2 days for us. Let's see how the real race is doing. Oh, the real race ended. Okay. So they stopped their coverage of the real race, so we can focus on our race now. Come back up, 40 degrees. 1 minute and 30 seconds into the virtual city, the Hobart race. I think we got a pretty good start there. Actually, you can see it on the map. We got a really good start. It always lags when I zoom in on it here, but come on. These two boats here, we got Orion, Stormgirl, Starfish. Stormgirl and I had a really good finish in 2018. Her and I were down to the wire for the finish. I think she finished maybe 6 seconds behind me. It was bad. It was really close. So those are probably the only two boats that have an advantage over me. I'm kind of right in the middle. I'm in deep water. I probably don't even need to tack until about this mark here, and then I can come over. Not a bad start. I had a good start. I had a good start last year, and I had freaking COVID the next day. Oh, we can show the leaderboard here. I forgot about this. I quit slagging. Storm Girl. Where am I? Why is it not showing? It's just going, where the hell am I? What in the hell? Okay. Apparently the game glitched out and I never started, so that kind of sucks. That is really freaking weird. I really don't know what happened there. That kind of sucks. This game, though, I mean, I've always bashed the developer of this game because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Oh well, we can claw our way back. Didn't register my start. Sucks, dude. Oh well, it's a long race. It's gonna be a 2 to 3 day race, so we're gonna claw our way back. This game's got so much potential, and the developer just doesn't know what the hell he's doing. So it's so glitchy. It's so bad. That's the only thing we got as sailors for like a game that we could do like on the world races, you know, big long distance races, everything like that. But there is a ton of late bloomers coming to the party. You see all these boats on the map right here. There's probably like 40 of them. So I had a good start. For some reason the start line didn't register that I crossed it, so I had to start again. But we'll try to claw our way back. We're not going to be in the front. I mean, we should have been up there with these guys, obviously, but What can you do? Video games will be video games. Kind of disheartening though, we had a really good start. Alright, my boat's good on this course right now. I'm gonna go refill my wine glass and we'll get out of the Sydney Bay and out into the ocean here. Because I was like right on the line, and then it didn't register that I crossed the line. I didn't realize it. I thought it did. Second time, yeah, I'm good now. Because I would have been in like probably first place or something. At least third. I don't know where the hell I am now. Probably way back. 29th. Let's see how good of a turnout we actually had. 48 boats so far. There's still people that got to cross the start line though, so I think we got around 70 boats. Not bad. And for having a bad start or a glitch start, 29th, I can deal with that. Ugh. This guy's giving me some bad air, so I'm going to go ahead and tack out of here. Fucking lag. Fuck yourself. And we're getting a little bit close to land over there too, so we'll get the hell out of here. Head out into the middle of the bay again. Yeehaw! Again on our beautiful boat, Pineapple Express. I'm hoping we have a bit of an express when we're going downwind. You have the weather forecast right now. Looks like we're going to get gusts in the 20s too, going right down the shoreline, right downwind, so we should be ripping. As soon as we get out of the bay here and we round the first mark and the rounding mark, we'll be heading down the shoreline. Sorry, just ran that guy off. Really mad that that start line was glitched out for whatever reason it was. Like I said, I only play this game once a year for this race that I host every year, so might have been something that I screwed up. But I don't know, I'll have to look back at it. But we are one of the faster boats in the fleet, and I have all the confidence in the world that we'll be able to catch up with everybody once we get around and out of the bay here in Sydney and into the ocean. Hello, kitty. You like that hotel room too much, Roxy? I don't know. You should get a job so you can travel more. GPS depth. Where is that? 41 feet. Gotta watch that number. So we're getting too close to land over here. Boat does draw about 20 feet, so I think it's about 18.9 or something like that, 18.5. Thinking we're going to have to tack again here in just a quick minute. Let's see, everything looks good down here. Say goodbye to Sydney, Australia. And there's the landmark. Basically, we've got to get down there and around that, and then we head out into the ocean and down the coastline of Australia, down towards Tasmania. And I'm thinking we're going to be finishing this race as far as Eastern Standard Time, you know, East Coast of the United States. I'm thinking late Tuesday night, maybe early Wednesday. I'm not really sure. Of course, I go back to work on Wednesdays, so hopefully not. I kind of need to be online when we finish. Alright, let's tack right now. I think we're in a good position actually to make the mark on this tack. I'm not sure. Yeah, we are. This is a good, we gotta come up a little bit more. Up, come down, come down, come down. Very sensitive on the steering. Use a Mocha 60 class boots. I gotta get some black sails from my Pearson 26. I'm obsessed with it. Probably cost me like $3,500 for each one, but you know, worth it. Alright, so this is gonna make me lag a lot if I scroll on the map here. So many players online. Try it one more time. Come on. I wish the developer was better at making games and this thing, because you honestly have a game that has so much potential and you just let it waste away. We still got quite a ways. Our mark, you know, our first mark here is still obviously off the grid. That should be at the end of this green line. But we're in a pretty good position because a lot of these guys are going towards the western shoreline. I'm not really sure that's the best move to make right now. Fall off just a hair. See what kind of traffic is leeward of us. Ooh, coming over the top of this guy. That's a 50 footer though, so we should have a lot more speed with him. And he is pinching quite a bit too. Our last speed will pass over the top of that guy. Alright, goddamn lag, come on. A lot of boats in shore there. A lot of them look like smaller boats, so we should be good on them. Let's check our tailtails, make sure we're flying. We're at true wind angle 40 degrees, apparent wind angle 20 degrees. That's pretty optimal for this boat. But yeah, if the game didn't glitch out and I would have registered my first start, I probably would have been in the mix right about where my cursor is right there. Probably fighting for the lead. Obviously this guy has the lead right here. Storm Girl, what a surprise. Like I said, we always are pretty close with racing against her, so maybe that was 4 years ago when her and I had that really close finish, and I ended up just beating her by 6 seconds. So hopefully we can catch up and have a good race. Someone is luffing some sails here, and I can't tell if it's me or someone behind me. It's not like there's somebody behind me. Alright, now you can kind of see, this is my boat in the orange here, the rest of the fleet. This is our first mark that we have to round, and then this is the second mark that we round before we were just free to go offshore as much as we want. So we're in a pretty good position. Why does it say depth 8 feet? That doesn't make any fucking sense. The depth is not 8 feet here. This is dark blue water right here. Again, game is super glitchy, it's not really fair, but we do our best to deal with it. Obviously if the depth was really 8 feet, I would be aground hard right now because this boat draws like 18 feet, so. Again, lost potential in a game that could be pretty amazing if the developer knew what the hell he was doing. Right now, I am just trying to catch up as much as I can with the leaders. Deal with the lag. to have a good finish in this race. I don't know, we'll try to win it again. That's what we definitely would like to do this year, is at least finish in the top 3. I took an extra day off of work in order to focus on it, so. I remember one year I went back to work and the race wasn't finished yet, and sitting at my desk, and I did not have access to control the boat, and the boat was like going the wrong direction under the autopilot, and I'm just like ripping my hair out because I couldn't leave for like 6 hours, and I'm like, we had the race won. And then obviously last year was COVID, and I could not get out of bed that second day. We lost a lot of ground. So this year we're hoping for a resurgence. I'm gonna have to put in another couple tacks, I think, as we get lifted here. Let's try to get lifted. So it's looking like that angle into that mark is going to be... Actually, if we keep getting lifted and we're heading in this direction, we could probably make that mark. Come on. Mainsail, tails are flying. Tails are flying. We're pretty powered up right now. The goddamn lag, thank you. Lots of traffic around us, a lot of traffic ahead of us. We're trying to catch up with all these boats. And we got a really good lift actually right now, so we could probably ride this on starboard tack over the port, and hopefully make this mark. And it's all downhill from there. See the leaderboard. We were in 29th-ish. We're up to 15th, so we've already made a huge comeback. 29th to 15th. We are hauling ass. And as soon as we make this mark rounding and we get the big sails up and we're going downwind, we're gonna pull away from everybody. Keep paying attention. Come on. Deal with the lag, like I said. Make sure these sails are trimmed to perfection, and hold my courses, and that'll be pretty good. This is the group of boats right here that we're trying to catch up to. So, it's like this guy just tacked in front of me. Is he making that mark? I really don't think so. Where is that mark? Ah. I might be able to make it. If we have to go again, we'll go again. Let's prepare to attack here. I don't think we're gonna make it, but we can't hang out too far on the west side of the course. Hey, we might make it actually. That mark is roughly about there where my bow is, and I can point a little bit higher than that right now. And the first boat has passed the mark, so we got a lot of catching up to do. We're about half a mile behind. A lot of traffic ahead of us here. Let's go up on the bow and take a look. I see it on the bow, you fucker. That doesn't really do me justice, does it? There we go. Slow-mo is on too. Hey, I used to race against these guys all the time when I used to play this game. So here's a good exterior view of my boat, Pineapple Express. Leaving a lot of traffic behind us, but we have a lot of traffic ahead of us we gotta catch up on here. Get our big pineapple spinnaker up. Beautiful boat paint scheme this year. I am pretty happy with that. You know, last year, the year before, we had the patriotic scheme with, you know, the Revolutionary War soldier and the red, white, and blue colors and everything. We might not make this mark. I don't know if I can try to use momentum to bring this up a little bit higher here, but it's going to slow us down. Back down. We're gonna back up, please. I'm not sure we're gonna be able to make that unless we get lifted, but I should have probably held off for a few more minutes before attacking. Is what it is. Like I said, we're trying to be aggressive and catch up to the rest of the fleet, which we've already done a great job. Up to 13th place now from 29th after that, which, you know, we were in first place until that. Again, I have to go back and look at what happened. I don't know if I did something wrong or if the game fucked up, but we should have been first or second. We were right on the line at the start, and I didn't realize that it did not register that we started, and I had to turn all the way back and come back around. So then we started at 29th position, and then unfortunately had to try to climb our way back. I'm going to use momentum here, or the boat speed that I had, and try to just point ourselves over this mark. Let's take a look on the low side, make sure I don't hit this fucking thing. I can't see it, actually. Where are you? Where the hell is the mark? Oh, we passed it already. Alright, let's head down, big time. I must not have hit it because it would have said I had a penalty or something. Very laggy right now with all the traffic. Alright. Now we got the big boys sailed up. Let's take a look at how we're doing here. Gotta pare ourselves down a little bit more here. Might even need to pull up the spinnaker soon. Here it comes, spinnaker! Big old, oh, it's gone back down. Okay. Can't make up its mind yet, so we're going to point down a little bit more to make sure it makes up its mind. Yeah, side-by-side drag race with the guy next to me right now. He's in the same type of boat too. It's got like a red paint scheme that looks like it's really nice. There's our Pineapple Express spinnaker. Or code 0, whatever you want to call it. Probably code 0. Very cool stuff. Alright. One more marked around and then we are just free to take off south and get to Tasmania and go to Hobart for the finish. About 24 minutes into the race. And it's showing that we are in 11th place, so we keep climbing our way back. These are all the Amoka 60 class boats, so very fair competition. That must be Chris next to me, because it's showing that he's right in 12th there, so that's pretty cool competition. There's the mini transit, 32 offshore racers. Definitely a good variety of boats this year. We got 50 boats. 2 people have quit already. Same fucking person. And yeah, I think we're gonna have a good race. The leader is still, by the looks of it, if this ever loads, it's now Chris 66. Oh no, slow-mo. Where's Storm Girl? Adam. What happened to Storm Girl? Oh, that's interesting. It shows her in first, but I'm not showing her on the map. Unless they're like point. I'm kind of side by side with somebody here. Person second. Storm Girl Adam first. Doesn't really show that either. Well, that's interesting. Alright, did we pass that second mark? This guy's right on my ass. Hello, red boat. I mean, try to avoid contact or something there, but we have officially passed that second mark though, so it's a free game now to just go offshore and shoot down. Oh, that's Storm Gold. Damn, she's really far ahead. She had a great start. We got quite a bit of catching up to do. I would have hoped, you know, if that thing had actually registered my first start, that I would have been somewhere in here. Is it spinning around on my boat right now? I can't tell. It is, okay. What happened to that red boat? Pesky red boat that was following me. Oh, I like that fox mask. He fell back down all the way over down there. Alright, well, it's pretty much a drag race right now. Not much we can do. In a few hours we're going to have to start looking at weather forecasts and seeing what advantages we want to try to take. Then when we go to sleep, I can set this thing to kind of follow a course that I set up on here, so we'll have to get ready to plot that. Try and hold this over until at least tomorrow afternoon when I can get back on. And take a look at that traffic on the other side of this. Trying to walk over Chris again here. That's gotta be Chris Sailaway the other time. This boat's coming up on us a little bit though. They've got good speed. Not much else we can do right now, just to wait it out. Keep sailing our boat. We're doing pretty good. Mary. Yep. So we'll hang on for a few more minutes. Well, probably like 20 more minutes at least. And then we're gonna have to start kind of projecting the future for the next like 6-hour forecast. I'm gonna try to go low of all these guys. I really don't know. They're heading out, but I feel like, let's refresh this page. The wind's only going to increase, but it's going to hold its direction. Damn, talk about lucky. It's going to hold its it's going to hold that same like northeast direction throughout the whole race almost. Now what about when we come down here to finish in the Hobart? Let's see what that weather looks like. It looks pretty decent. I mean, that river is always slow, but this looks pretty good. Might be a really quick race this year. Alright, ooh, Super Max. Kinda caught up with him out of the blue there. I wasn't expecting that. Must have had some issue or something. Where is Chris? Chris is still going inshore on us. Eventually he's going to have to take a poke out here with us. I'm actually going to head down a little bit more. See if that picks up some speed or not. We're going 15.5, 15.4. Not really, huh? I keep that speed up actually. Head back down. Still wearing this boat right now. I think with a spinnaker would be faster heading down there, I guess. Really not. Let's head back out. It makes a difference. It doesn't make a freaking hell of a difference. Alright, so let's head down the shoreline, just head due south. Minutes into the race, and there's still a lot of boats that haven't started. It looks like there's a pile of boats back here. You see all the little gray things. There's probably about 15 of them. I'm not sure if they're not going to start or if they're just late. Oh, there's Chris. I told you he was going to come back up on us. Come up with you too, bro. Maui. Still a lot of boats in the harbor, still kind of making their way out, so we are in the good bunch to be in, the good grouping to be in. Alright, I don't want to be grouped up here in this bunch. What the hell just happened to Supermax? Oh, okay. Connection issue or whatever. So we got some good competition this year, that's for sure. But we are in 9th place right now, so doing pretty good. Yeah. The way this map is integrated into the game, whenever you move this map, it just freezes your game. It's so stupid. We are gaining a bit on the rest of this grouping right here that we're part of here, all this traffic. I mean, it might not seem like it because Supermax is still next to us and that red boat is still right there. But these guys that went offshore, 1, 2, 3, maybe this guy as well, kind of catching up to him a little bit. See what happens. Again, we got a very long race. I mean, let's see if I can do this actually. Distance and planning. So, we're right about there right now. If we keep heading south, something like this, try to swing ourselves in towards shore here. You gotta head up the river. It's 800 miles, roughly, give or take. That's our race right there. So, start looking at what the weather's supposed to do for the next few days. This guy's really slow. He's got an issue right here. Stay clear of him. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's got some sail trim issues or something. Just walk right under him. Ooh, or there's some desync issues or something. Everybody's kind of teleporting around. Love this game. Fucking garbage. Well, try to do the best we can with this game. I mean, it's not the best game in the world, but it's all we got. I haven't played this so long, I forgot how the fuck works. Shipping bridge. If we're trying to set ourselves up for the next 10 hours, and we need to plot the course. Oh, wonderful. Oh, I think I remember how to do this. Sucks. I have to zoom all the way over. This is stupid. Ow. That is how stupid this game is. Come on. Fucking monkey can train or develop a better game. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Why does it have like old waypoints from like every race I've done in the past year? What the hell is this? Alright, so pretty sure I need to drag that over here. I know where the center course that the autopilot can hold, and I do go to bed in 2 hours and wake up tomorrow. Make a few adjustments. Likely we'll still be in the top 10-ish. So how do I... That's a start. This will be my next waypoint. So this really needs to be at the finish of the race. Ish. It should be done. Your Hobart for now, and then we can break off the so we want to do something like that. Down that way. Too far offshore. the wind direction doesn't change too much, this might actually, yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Maybe we can make adjustments. Let's stay competitive, keep ourselves in the lead. Towards the lead, close to the lead, whatever. We are close to the lead. We're kind of gaining a little bit here. It says 12, but I mean we're within striking distance of pretty much everybody still. Right up a little bit here. Hey, so alright, 43 minutes into the race. We're doing okay. We're hanging with the pack. Again, a bad start. I don't know if it was something I did wrong or it was something glitched with the game. But it didn't register the first time that I crossed the starting line, and it was a really good start. I think we were first or second place, and then I realized like 2 minutes later that it didn't register, so I went back to the start line and crossed again. I don't know. Something really stupid that glitched out with this game, but of course this game is really glitchy to begin with. But we're here to have fun. And there's a lot of participants, there's a lot of good competition out here. We had like 75 boats last year, we got 50 this year. A steady decline. You know, we really need to find a good developer to make a new sailing game better than this, because this has potential, but the developer behind it has no clue what the hell he's doing and doesn't have the resources either. So he's just in it for the money. And it's an alright sailing game, but it's a pretty shitty sailing game at the same time, so he just keeps charging more for his product, and yeah, there goes the desync errors again. Look at the boats teleporting all over the place. Every year I do this race, and I think it's my last year doing it. Just because of how bad the game is, but I don't really have any other option. Good fun in the end. Once we get something better, sayonara. I was almost motivated myself to make something better. There are still a lot of boats that are passing the mark back here. See a whole train of boats behind us. And probably 20, 25 boats that haven't started yet. So we are definitely in the front of the pack. Top 10, top 12-ish. There's our beautiful boat again, Pineapple Express. Repainted and renamed after last year's race. Fine little pineapple dude there, sunglasses. Beautiful paint color, paint scheme. Yep. And a beautiful view too, a lot of competition around us. So we're holding a pretty good course. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Got some vegetarian chicken nuggets. Love them. Plant-based chicken nuggets, what they're called. Delicious. Better than real chicken nuggets, in my opinion. Very lucky that we got a chance to do this race because we had the biggest blizzard in, I don't know, 40, 50 years. It's bigger than the 1977 blizzard in upstate New York and Buffalo, Rochester area. Just Friday, we lost power in this apartment for almost like 12 hours. It got really cold. Fucking wind chill was negative 23 degrees. We tried to hang out for a little while and then we decided, you know, there's a hotel down the road, 3 miles or so. It had power, it had heat. Like, what the fuck? Let's just go down there. So we had 1 cat cage and 2 cats, so we had to take multiple trips in whiteout conditions. Couldn't see a goddamn thing. It's blowing 70-mile-an-hour winds. Worst weather I've ever seen. Luckily I have a new car, Subaru, which is all-wheel drive, and that thing just sticks like freaking super glue to the road, no matter how much snow you have. And we just bailed out to that hotel. It was great, because you know, once we got the stress of getting the cats there and made sure we had food to eat and stuff, everything was shutting down. They had road closures and travel bans and everything. And we got the last room available. Everybody was checking. People that didn't have power were checking in the hotels that actually had power. And so we got lucky. So it was kind of nice Friday night going into Saturday morning to have heat and we were able to watch TV, just relax. But then I had a shit ton of food to make for Christmas Eve, you know, the party with the family. So then we're checking out of a hotel, still blizzard conditions, whiteout conditions, fucking 60-mile-an-hour winds. Going back home, we got power again. Now I gotta make all this food, go to a party, and then I'm still getting ready for this race. It's been an insane weekend. Let's see here. Where is our... Where the hell did my course go? I just plotted a course, didn't I? What the fuck is wrong with this game? You just saw me like 10 minutes ago plot this fucking course, and now it's not there. Oh my god. Fucking head people. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Yeah, what the hell? Why are you over there? I should do is just lock that. Why did it go away? This thing doesn't make any sense. So where's my yellow marker? Headache alert, headache alert. It's a piece of crap. Yeah, this game first came out, this wasn't an issue. I don't know. There it is. What the fucking glitch? It goes invisible whenever it feels like it. Locked it. Yeah, it just goes wherever the hell it wants. Insane. Not like trying to sail the boat and win the race, but you gotta deal with the glitches and try to predict the unpredictable. What position are we in? Of course, it says 11th, but I mean the finish line is way down here, so I don't know if it judges. I think it just judges your position from A to B. Checked. Raise up. Alright, that's right. See what the traffic looks like around me. But yeah, crazy weather conditions for Christmas this year. They weren't even predicting a white Christmas. They were saying green Christmas, and then all of a sudden we got walloped. But it's not the cold, it's not the snow, it's the goddamn wind. That is the worst. Coming from a sailor. But when the wind is blowing the snow sideways and it's negative 23 degrees, it's unbearable. It's funny because we were bringing our cats in the cat cage out to the car, and then from the car into the hotel room, and they were just like, "What the hell is this?" They were screaming, they were yelling, they were like, "This is fucking cold." Poor kitties didn't like it at all. So this whole fleet looks like they're heading a little bit more offshore, so I might take a little hike up, not too much, I don't feel like. Oops, sorry. I don't feel like that is the right move to make. No, let's look at the weather forecast here. So we're going to be right around here, focused. I mean, you're talking if you jibe, you're going to be heading, Jesus, almost right into land. With this wind direction, I think we should just be heading as far down south as we can. Slightly, for the best jibe angle with a code 0, you're obviously going to be heading a little bit offshore, but not as far as these guys are heading off. I don't know if they're looking at something in the future. Going into Tuesday here with the forecast, trying to see what that looks like. I'm not seeing it. Are they looking at GFS forecast by any chance? Now, see, I'm just here having fun. I'm not really trying this year, but I know I won the race in 2018. It'd be nice to win again, but I feel myself lucky enough to do it this year since I had COVID last year. Yeah, I don't see any reason to head offshore with these forecasts. I'm kind of like, just head as far south as you can, get the distance, and then try to hike in and while you're coming into Hobart. And these guys are going to have to drive, and if that wind angle is still northeast, they're going to be quite a bit in. And I feel like the gains they're making now are not going to benefit them when they're coming back in. It's just, I don't know. Hard to tell. Maybe they see something that I don't, but out in the open ocean, not much to look at. Say goodbye to all the city buildings in Sydney in the distance behind us, and then start seeing some sails in the distance out to sea, and we're kind of all alone out in here right now. But like I said, I'm pretty comfortable with where I'm at. I'm not sure. Based on the forecast, I think we're doing the right thing. I'm not really sure. I am not seeing you know, the way I see it in a few hours time, right there, so those guys heading offshore are heading towards lighter air in 6 hours. And if you go to take a jibe in, if you follow my cursor, you're going to be pretty much heading towards land. I guess they would jibe again. Put yourself out here. They might be up to something, but there's still this hole that I would rather just follow this shoreline down and hopefully get into that. I can't tell what the hell's gonna happen. This is going to be one of the craziest races, I think. We are pretty slow at that angle, so I think we do need to head out a little bit. Yeah, actually, that's a good proper angle right there. True wind angle 120-ish. We're on a little something there. We're trying to keep speed. Something like that, and then we're going to throw the jibe in. That should be... I'd be comfortable doing that if I went to bed right now for 8 hours, 9 hours. Let the autopilot hold that for us. It'd still be pretty competitive. Coming up on 1 hour since we started our own race. Let's see who's winning the actual City of the Hobart race. Leaderboard, right. Oh, here's a tracker. Ooh, someone's really far ahead. Why can't I see it? There we go. Live finish tracker. Ooh. Oh, this is pretty cool. Does it show? It does not. Here, go back to tracker. So who's this first boat? So let me click on. Oh, there we go. Comanche came back. Comanche's got a big lead, honey. Comanche's already has a big lead. Comanche, Lockaneck, Blackjack, and Wild Oats. And Stefan Racing. I fucking knew it, dude. Comanche's too fast. And they are hauling. So let's see what these real boats are doing. Looks like they're just kind of driving back and forth down the shoreline, which is kind of what I'm kind of sort of setting up here on plotted course. Whatever shows the hell up. Come on. Stupid game. There it goes. No. Obviously, we're just doing a longer shot. So we're gonna head out here, jibe, jibe. I might drag this out a little bit. Jibe, jibe. Same angle, roughly. Yeah, something like that, I guess. Okay. Of course, that might change as we keep learning things. We are up into 10th place. Actually, not. You know, it's amazing that we're in 10th place, but theoretically, we are only 2 miles behind the leader. It seems like a lot more than that, but yeah, it's very tight competition so far with the top 10. You can see on the map here, we're all kind of bunched up, and it's a 660, 630, I forgot how many miles it is, but the total race distance, so long race. And you get up to see we got 579 nautical miles to the finish. They got 577 nautical miles to finish. Not too shabby. Let's set our boat up to hold course over and let it do its thing. 322 away. Oh, this boat right ahead of us. Alright, well, we are going to finish this live stream. Thank you for joining us. I think we're going to have a very competitive race. And it's going to be down to the wire, I think, as long as I keep paying attention and don't come down with COVID. It was a great race start for the real race. And then I think we're going to have a pretty close finish with all the boats in the top 10 here. Top 12 even. In the simulated race, in our virtual race that I'm hosting this year. There's a lot of big names in here. Chris, Storm Girl, Motown. These guys have been playing this game for many years. And I play once a year. I only do this race. That's about it. So, we're going to push hard for the win this year. We'll see how good we do. Other than that, it's been a fun night. Thank you for watching.